guys, I hope that you're very well. It's Sylvana here and I am back for a new video on the Jewels and Gems YouTube channel. So for today's video we will be doing something a little bit different. I thought, what better way to keep celebrating that Aquarius season rather than doing actually a pick a card tarot reading around the Aquarius season. So it's going to be an Aquarius themed card pull that we're going to do today. You will guys be able to pick between three different piles that you can choose from with different card combinations, and these will all revolve around 5 different questions, or shall I say topics, for you to choose from. So keep in mind, I'm going to start shuffling the cards now, and you will have to pick between number 1 and number 3. And for today, the questions I'm thinking we should go for, especially considering we are all about Aquarius season at the moment, in my opinion, should really revolve around Aquarius themes. So I was thinking card number 1 is going to be, what arcana represents me at the moment? So me or you, it's all, the collective, all of us. So the arcana that represents me. Then number 2 is going to be, what aspect of my life should I reevaluate? Should I question? Should I reconsider? Then the number 3, I was thinking something along the lines as, what will help me to bring change in this area? So that will be the number 3. Then the question number 4 is going to be, how can I support the collective? Because Aquarius has, a bit of that type of energy too. It's very interesting to see how the cards can resonate in that aspect. And then message number 5 is going to be Aquarius's message for you. A little bonus at the end. So as I'm shuffling the card, you guys just take a deep breath, relax with me. Ooh. And let's just think about all those questions about Aquarius season. How do we feel at the moment, and pick a number between 1 and 3, if you don't mind. Now, of course, these are just suggestions, guys. If you notice that, the combination that you picked doesn't really resonate with you, that's absolutely fine. You can do it again and change for another one, that's absolutely fine. Nothing is written in stone. There's absolutely no rush, no issues. We just take our time. We just trust our guts, trust our intuition, and that's the most important. So now I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to take them out, making sure they match the question. So I don't know how you feel, guys, at the moment, but this change in season is quite good. I personally feel great about it. Feel very energized, and I feel ready to take action, and start to get things done. And it's nice to see, that we're slowly leaving that Capricorn, rigid Capricorn, for something a little bit more, hopefully cheerful, and just a different type of energy. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Whoever picked pile number 1, if number 1 is the number you picked, here is the cards you have selected, guys. So we'll just do it one by one, it'll be easier. So number 1, that's your card. So that was the pile number 1, card number 1. The card number 1 was the arcana that represents me. Today, we've got the Page of Swords. So what does that mean for you guys? It means that you have plenty of energy, that you're very passionate, you're very enthusiastic at the moment, and that, be careful, because there will be a challenge at some point, whether you continue that, that journey or not. There will be at some point potentially some challenges to face, and the idea here is behind this arcana is that you need to keep going despite of what happens. Don't let any obstacles block your way. Then card number 2 was, what aspect of my life should I reevaluate? So we got the 3 of Swords. So what does that mean for you guys? That means that, you know, you might feel at the moment like you have that desire to improve. You might be trying to intellectually try to upgrade yourself, and you know, you have that enthusiasm to learn something new or improve some areas in your life, and that you are into that idea of exploring new ideas. And basically this one here, I would say, if there was any aspects for you to reevaluate, it could be just that, you know, it's important as well to learn from rejection. You know, that, you know, like, you know, you might have gone through like loneliness, sadness, or separation lately, and here the 3 of Swords is here to remind you that you can learn from that too. So then the next one was, what will help me to bring change in this area? So then you guys got the Page of Wands. So what does that mean for you? That means that you know, you need to change, you need a new start. You have maybe a sudden creative spark that's starting to come on, which ties in a lot with the previous cards, I have to say. But it's basically, the message here is what you have to do. You have to express yourself. You have to manifest your intuition, and you have to express your individuality, because that's how, you know, by listening to your intuition with lightness and, you know, persevering, you will get to where you need to be. Then the next card was, how can I support the collective right now? So how can you support the people around you? Well, then we got for you guys the 2 of Wands. So what does that mean? That means that the best way you can do this is by making realistic, proper decisions. You have to start to reconsider some of your goals and dreams in order to help you plan better. You know, like, you have to deliver a more realistic approach to life. And the last card, but not least, that was a little bonus for you guys. Don't be afraid, but here's your message from Aquarius itself. Arcana number 13, that's how I like to call it, because for me this card does not symbolize death. This card symbolizes so much more. It's a positive card. So what's your message from Aquarius? For this season, you have to create and embrace a process of elimination. You have to consider the ego as a field, and you have to learn to tame it, and you have to try to, this season, to try to regain that freedom of yours. Declutter your life from what no longer serves you. Make space for the new things to come, and new beginnings and abundance. That's quite cool. What do you think of that so far, guys? I hope you're enjoying this. This was number 1, the pile number 1. Let's move on to the next pile, which is pile number 2. So whoever picked pile number 2, here is your first card. So the first message was obviously the arcana that represents me. So the arcana that represents you guys is the Chariot at the moment. So what does the Chariot mean? It's a major arcana that shows that, you know, at the moment you are taking action, that you are an achiever, you are a lover, you are enthusiastic, you are energetic, you know, your life is full in all areas right now, you know, and that you know exactly what you're after, you know exactly what you need, you know exactly what you want. Then the next card was obviously, what aspect of my life should I reevaluate? So for you guys, you have to look at this card here. It's the 9 of Swords. So what does that mean for you? Maybe you have been feeling a bit fearful lately. Maybe you've had some nightmares, you know, difficulties to sleep, negative feelings. Maybe you're feeling a bit anxious at the moment. Maybe you're struggling with anger, you know, and you have that fear of the future right now. You might be feeling a bit worried about what can happen in the future, and that's what's been on your mind, and that's what you need to work on. Next, the next one was obviously what will help me to bring change in this area. Well, we have the Queen of Wands here, guys, and that's very interesting because what does the Queen of Wands tell us? She's all about strength and independence, and you know, she's very active, you know, with an overflowing life in different ways. You know, she's all about motivation, vitality, health. She's here to remind us that we need to remain optimistic with our own selves and the people around us. And then next we had the how can I support the collective card. So how can you support your you know, your groups, your group, the people around you, your you know, the collective. So the card that you got, guys, was the 5 of Cups. So what does that mean? You might be asking me. Well, it means that you have to become more positive. It fits so well with the previous card. You have to be more resilient. You have to reevaluate your expectations. Maybe, you know, forgive if maybe you've been stuck too much in the past. That worry from the past has stuck too much to you, and maybe that has made you unable to move on and to get new opportunities. So what you have to do is change that. Become resilient, become optimistic, become open to abundance to come to your life. And then the bonus card, your little message from Aquarius itself. It's the Hermit, guys. So for you, it's going to be very interesting. So how can you understand this card? You might be like, what does that old man there mean? Well, it's all about, you know, taking like a profound you know, charge and, you know, change, and also like start that journey towards the unknown, and don't be afraid of what's gonna happen. You know, like develop and open yourself to your inner wisdom, because your inner wisdom will tell you exactly, you know, what you need. And your inner wisdom does not worry about what's going to happen in the future, because it does not matter, you know, because the Hermit is here to remind us that we need, even in a time of deep crisis, in a courageous way, it's so important to move forward. Look at the past, you know, with wisdom, but move on from it. So let me know, guys, what you think about that. Now let's move on to the pile number 3. So if 3 is the number you picked, here is your pile. So first things first, the first question, let's go back, was the arcana that represents me. So the arcana that represents you guys is the 4 of Pentacles at the moment. So what does that mean? That means that at the moment you might be on your way of materializing great wealth and success, and it's all in the process. But it also means that you can be at the moment very protective and accumulating, you know, wealth. But you have to be careful, because what could happen is that you could become obsessed, and we do not want to become you know, obsessive over money, over possessions. You know, like you seem to be associating money with emotional security. So yeah, just be cautious about it. You know, don't let it overtake, you know, your mind and you know, your common sense. Then the next one was obviously, what aspect of my life should I reevaluate? So you guys got the 9 of Wands. So what does that mean? That means you're about, probably some of you, to complete a project or an idea or something that you're about to finish. But you might, if not already, you might at some point hit an obstacle. And you probably feel exhausted, and but your skill and determination is there. There's no doubt about it. So here, I suppose, This card is just here to remind you guys, you know, that it's, you know, you've been taking too many risks. You know, you're being a bit lacking in precautions, maybe. You know, and that's maybe an area where you might have to try to work on. And then the next card was obviously, you know, what will help me to bring change to that area. So your card is the Seven of Cups. So what does that mean? That means you must separate yourself. You must separate real things, reality, being realistic, from, you know, maybe ideas you've had lately that have been a little bit unrealistic. Maybe you've had projects, ideas, plans, wishes that seem to be a bit unrealistic, and you protect yourself. Now is the time to protect yourself, you know, become realistic. You have to be grounded, down to earth, make choices and decisions that are common sense and realistic. And then the next one was, how can I support the collective, the people around me? So, you know, you guys got the 10 of Cups. So what does the 10 of Cups mean? That means that for you, maybe the best way you can support the people around you at the moment is by, very interesting how this card relates a lot to the previous cards. It basically means that you need to be very lucid regarding your beliefs, your personal values, and you know, really to listen to your heart. And you know, like, you have to seize the opportunity that your intuition shows you. You know, like, you really have to make sure your decisions matches deeply with how you feel inside, because that's how you will be able to make the most out of any situation, and that's how you can benefit a lot from people around you. And then the little surprise, the little bonus card, your message from Aquarius itself for this season. And you guys got the beautiful Seven of Swords. So what does the Seven of Swords mean for you guys? That means you may not feel ready right now to face a problem. Maybe you've had to deal with issues that involve, you know, that involve you, and you're trying to escape from it. You seem to have difficulties to face these issues and resolve them. So the idea here for you is just that you have to zoom and face bravely what's in front of you right now during this season, and try to make moral, ethical decisions, and to have that sort of approach to life. And if you're inclined at the moment to work on your own, maybe what you feel is that you need to be left alone right now for any reason, well, do it, follow your intuition, but just make sure it's for your own benefit, and that it works for you. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comment section, what pile did you pick? What do you think about this? Did you enjoy this card reading? And make sure you like, subscribe, comment. You know, like, I'm posting videos every day. I appreciate your support so much. It means the world. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll be talking to you tomorrow.